I'm assuming there's not a bank robbery going on in there. I walk past this place and they're all dropping to the floor, and I was like, what the hell's going on in there? There you go.
Hi, can I help you?
No, thank you. I appreciate you asking.
Okay. Can I ask you why you're standing outside of a bank recording?
Well, you can ask.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm not going to tell you, but you can ask. Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
Well, you're the subject of a radio call now because
what was the call about?
Suspicious behavior that you're standing outside of the bank, recording and taking photographs of the bank.
So somebody called and said that I was taking photos?
Yes, with your camera.
On a public sidewalk. And you guys actually came out for that?
Yeah, we sure did.
Crazy.
Why wouldn't we?
I mean, if somebody called and said there's a Jew walking down the sidewalk, would you guys respond to that, or is it just people taking pictures? I don't understand. I mean, it's not a crime, nothing illegal.
But it is scary for the people inside. It's concerning.
Well, if it's scary for the people inside,
do you not believe it's concerning if you're outside photographing a bank?
I'll tell you, when
do you
people
not think that's suspicious, sir?
When I do not actually.
Okay.
When people find things scary, I know fear makes people do strange things. For example, if I was afraid of somebody outside, I wouldn't send a woman out by herself, feet from the man, to confront him. I would, I'd stay inside, first of all. So a gal came outside and was talking to me. She didn't seem scared at all.
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving straight into an insane encounter where a male citizen is filming in public, yes, right on the sidewalk, and a female officer approaches, demanding his ID and trying to take his camera. Listen up, this isn't some petty misunderstanding. When she fails, she calls for backup and begins twisting the story, claiming things happened that simply did not. It's a perfect example of overreach, fear, and complete misjudgment. Now, before we get into the chaos, remember to like this video, drop a comment, and let us know what you think about this officer's behavior, because trust me, this is going to blow your mind. You're about to see law enforcement panic at the sight of a camera.
If she was scared, she had a funny way of showing it.
Was she an employee?
Yeah, I believe she was, yes.
Okay, well, so who called us was not an employee. I
have no control over that. So somebody called you and they said there's a man outside taking photographs
of the bank.
Okay, are you under the impression that that's illegal?
What was that?
You're not under the impression that that is a crime, are you?
No, I'm saying it's suspicious behavior that you're standing out front of a bank recording.
Well, there's 10,000 reasons why somebody might be standing outside of a bank recording. Okay. And I'll be frank with you, to address...
Do you have any ID on you, sir?
Sure, but okay. I'm not a big fan of that, though.
Do you mind handing it to me?
I do, actually, because I'm not a big fan of forfeiting my Fourth Amendment rights to placate the personal curiosity of yourself or somebody inside of a bank.
It's not of myself. No. I didn't just pass along and see you standing here recording and choose to stop you. You were the subject of a radio call. There's a difference there.
It's not a crime.
I'm just telling you.
All right, I'm telling you, it's not a crime.
But I can still identify who you are.
You can ask, and I can refuse because I haven't committed a crime. You have to have a reasonable and articulable suspicion of a crime. Don't you agree,
and I could
Deputy
believe that you could be doing this for purposes of committing a crime.
I could be doing this for purposes of committing a crime.
Yeah, you're photographing a bank.
Yeah, I guess I could be, theoretically.
I'm
not.
Take my picture.
Are you serious?
So picture this, a man standing outside a bank on a public sidewalk, simply recording with his camera. Suddenly, a woman approaches him, acting like it's the end of the world. She asks, "Can I help you?" and immediately escalates, labeling his presence as suspicious behavior. Listen, recording on a public sidewalk is not illegal, yet somehow this triggers an overreaction. She insists he's the subject of a radio call for suspicious activity. The audacity. He calmly challenges her, pointing out there are literally thousands of innocent reasons someone might record a bank. But the officer doubles down, claiming fear from those inside the building justifies her actions. Alright guys, this is where common sense clearly took a backseat to paranoia.
Do not take my picture.
Are you serious? I'm taking 32 frames per second. Whoa, whoa, stay away from me. Hey. I will take your picture. Okay. It's perfectly legal. Boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. Have a good day, sir.
There you go.
Setting up right now, 5 is there a supervisor available? Don't come any closer. Hey, I'm letting you know, don't come any closer. You can stay right there if you want to continue to record. If you want to continue to record, you can stay over there.
I have every right to walk up the sidewalk,
but don't come any closer.
I'm walking up the sidewalk.
Okay, continue to walk up the sidewalk.
Now I'm watching the picture. Clearly.
This way, the subject.
Don't take this the wrong way, but if you didn't
Have I been drinking?
Have you been drinking today?
Copy, thank you. And he is recording, just for units to be aware, and taking photographs of me. I have a feeling, just so you guys know I'm feeling he's like a First Amendment person and rights. I don't know. He wouldn't talk. He didn't want to give me any info. He didn't want to give me his name. So I told him I'll start a supervisor this way then. They're concerned because he has been like zooming in with the camera. They don't know what he's trying to take pictures of inside the bank because he's standing on the other side where the window is.
Now it gets tense. The man refuses to hand over his ID, asserting his Fourth Amendment rights, and she presses, trying to intimidate him. "Give me your ID," she says, as if recording publicly is a crime. The man stays calm, laying down facts. No crime has been committed. This is textbook citizen rights in action, folks. She insists she has a right to verify his identity just because someone called in, but there's no reasonable suspicion of a crime. He points this out, noting her panic and the absurdity of sending a single woman to confront a man on public property. Listen up, this is exactly the kind of overreach that makes headlines and sparks outrage online.
They want him trespassed. I don't want him.
Is it on the property
to
right
come
now?
back. Yeah.
He posted up on the property, so he already probably knows the game.
Yeah. So I figured whenever the supervisor gets here, I'll let them make that call if it's worth us trying to ID
want a
him.
supervisor?
No, I called one. I'll explain after what. And then he just started. He like took the camera like this, and I told him get it out of my face, and I tried to move. And he's like, "You're gonna not let me take pictures of you," and I kept moving in a circle around him, and I was like, "Hey, have a good day, bye," and I just walked off, and he just like followed me up, and I was like, "I told you to stop, you can wait on the sidewalk, don't come any closer." And he was like, "I can't walk on the sidewalk," and I told him, "Yeah, you can walk on the sidewalk, stay on the sidewalk then."
So, if the bank just wants him trespass and he's going to refuse to identify himself and just fill out a trespass form and just take a picture of him, and then that's it. Just verbally tell him, "Hey, you're not allowed back here. You're not for a year or whatever," and you can come back and be trespassing, and that's about it. But he can stand on the sidewalk on public property and record as much as he wants. So.
Yeah. He was like, "I don't know why they'd send a woman out here to confront me if I'm so scary." And I was like, "Well, the employees didn't call us. It was someone else."
Things escalate further when the man continues recording, capturing 32 frames per second. The officer panics visibly, demanding he stop. "Do not take my picture," she shouts, but he's completely within his rights. He's calm, methodical, and keeping his distance, while she's stumbling, clearly unsure how to handle someone asserting their public rights. Backup arrives, but the energy here is unbelievable. The man's firm stance highlights an important lesson: knowledge of your rights is power. Alright guys, notice the stark contrast, the citizen calm, the officer defensive, and the situation spiraling only because fear and insecurity took control.
I don't know, he was being very...
So who wants some trespass then? The employees?
The bank. They said that they are concerned.
So, if I were you, I'd just, do you have any of those trespass forms?
Yeah, I'm gonna have them go print one and then fill it out.
We'll just print it and start filling it out, and we'll just hang out. If you want to pull over here.
Yeah, thanks.
Print two so you can keep one and hand it one to him.
Yeah.
Because he's not gonna.
Yeah,
I mean, he
he's
might
not gonna
want one,
sign it.
honestly.
He might want it, but
Decide how they want it.
technically speaking. Hey, what's up, buddy?
I might get arrested here in about 2 minutes, so if you want to stick around, I'll tell you.
We'll be right across
Take some footage of this if these guys arrest me, because I'm not going to forfeit my Fourth Amendment rights. They try to identify. One go, you'll see it. You'll see the vehicle. Yeah, it's bizarre, absolutely bizarre. Dominguez, are you still afraid of a camera? It looks like you got multiple cameras on you.
I'm serving you with a trespass notice.
Sweet.
The bank is trespassing you from the property.
From their property.
From
Sure.
their property, yes,
Yeah,
correct.
I got no problem with
So
that.
if you trespass on their property, they will call us and you will be arrested.
Well, they're going to call you whether I trespass on their property or not, Dominguez.
Okay,
I haven't stepped foot on their property. Bless your heart. Okay, all right.
okay.
Wait, you're not over her by
Do you
chance,
wanna
are you?
sign it?
As the supervisor arrives, the situation doesn't get any smoother. Officers try to navigate trespassing protocols, attempting to assert control over a perfectly legal recording scenario. The man still refuses to identify himself, fully aware of his rights. He's courteous but assertive, never crossing into aggression, while the officers scramble to justify their response. Alright guys, listen closely, this is a masterclass in public rights versus unnecessary police escalation. Every step the officers take underscores how fear and misinformation can override proper procedure. You're seeing the unraveling of authority when faced with someone who knows the law. It's almost surreal to watch.
Do you have more seniority over? I do not want to sign that. Absolutely not. Dominguez, nice try.
Here's your copy.
Oh, thanks. Wait, let me see. What does that say exactly?
You don't want the copy?
I'm just taking a look at it. Yeah, I'll take that, sure. Peering into bank windows with camera recording. Interesting. All right. Bless your heart. Yeah, I'd get some additional training, Dominguez. You're scared of your own shadow. I'm walking up the sidewalk. You're 40 feet away and said, don't come any closer to me.
Did I tell you I was going to do anything to you? No.
You clearly,
you don't need to come
you
any
clearly
closer.
panicked when I aimed the camera at you on the sidewalk. You panicked.
Am I panicked right
A
now?
lot. No, you're not panicked right now because you got some backup here for you. All by yourself.
You think I'm scared, sir?
I think you're chicken shit when you're all by yourself.
Okay, alright.
All right.
You can believe whatever you want to believe, sir.
Well, I saw it with my own eyes. I mean, who do I believe? You or my lying eyes? All right.
You can believe whatever.
You're dismissed without further argument, Dominguez.
Okay, you have a good day, sir.
I'm having a great day. I'm having a great day. You guys have a good one.
Take care.
Seriously, get her some extra training. She's scared of her own shadow.
Okay.
I thought it was our right to record in public places.
Charles, Paul, 5772. Charles, Paul, 5572.
Now, not for the gentleman here, but for Dominguez, this is what we call a walk of shame. See her walking away. She's afraid of her own shadow. Afraid the camera's being aimed at her.
Yeah, continue
Doesn't
recording,
understand
people.
what her rights are. Get help, Dominguez. Get help.
Eventually, the trespass notice is served, and the man complies, but only regarding the bank property. He remains entirely on public land, recording as he pleases. The officers are visibly flustered, trying to maintain control, but the citizen has the upper hand legally and morally. He calmly points out the officer's panic, highlighting the absurdity of fearing a camera on a sidewalk. Alright guys, let's be real, this is exactly why knowing your rights matters. You can't be intimidated into compliance just because someone feels scared or threatened. The law protects you, and the video proves it.